What's up, guys? My name is Michael, and I'll be giving you guys a full rundown on how you can make an extra $2,000 a month just with photography as a side hustle. It's not going to be an easy process, but I promise you, if you watch this video and you learn from my mistakes, then it's going to be way easier for you than it was for me. Just to give you guys a little bit of backstory, about 8 years ago, I quit my job and pursued a full-time career in photography and videography. I always thought this wasn't gonna make as much money, but then once I started getting into it, I was like, holy shit, this is a bunch of money. And I'm not a millionaire by any means, but let's just say I haven't really had to worry about rent. So here's my little rundown on it. If you follow these steps, I promise you it will make you some money. So first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. I'm joking. No, but for real. You have to develop your skill set. If you don't develop your skill set, then nobody's going to want to hire you. So the best way to develop your skill set, and the easiest way, and is the way I took, was watch YouTube videos. Scroll through YouTube. There's thousands, if not tens of thousands of videos just on how to improve your photography skill set. You have to learn things like composition, lighting, how to frame a subject, tones, coloring, editing. There's so much to learn, and you're not going to become the best overnight, but you need to get at least good enough to where people are looking at your work and saying, all right, he's better than me. And if you're better than them, then most likely they have a use for you. So that would be my first step. So I would start there, see if it's actually something you're interested in, and then just keep growing and keep implementing. The next thing you want to do is start to put your portfolio together. So I ran into this problem. I'd contact people and be like, hey, I'd love to be your photographer. Then they'd be like, well, let me see your portfolio. And I'd be like, well, I don't have one because I just started. I started offering my services for free. This seems counterintuitive because this is a video about how to make money, and I'm telling you, go work for free. But here's one of the most important things I learned about in business is that the relationship you build with your client is way more valuable than a one-time transaction. Do some shoots for free. Get your portfolio up. You can even send an email or a DM and be like, hey, my name is Michael. I just started out with photography. I'd love to shoot one of your properties for free, or I'd love to give you a portrait session for free. And that way you at least stand out, because most of the time, I would do it with realtors and I'd send them the DM and be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Let me do a listing for free for you. And they would say yes. Then I started building a portfolio. So once you have that established, it's going to be way easier to land clients, because when people are like, hey, let me see your portfolio, you just send them a link or you send them your Instagram and you're basically good to go, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Before I continue, I want to tell you something that I wish I would have knew when I was just starting out. Once you have a decent skill set and your portfolio is all right, then there's this option that opens up. So if photography is just going to be your side hustle and you're thinking okay, I don't want to do this full time, but I just need some extra cash here and there, my suggestion would be to just start hitting up photographers who already have a nice established business and be their side photographers, or cover for their employees when they're out. That is going to save you a lot of trouble, because a lot of the trouble for photographers is actually landing clients. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle in the industry. I've made a lot of money just by befriending other photographers. With me, I started out in real estate. So I made friends with all the other real estate photographers in the area. And a lot of the times they couldn't go to a shoot, they needed a cover, they were on vacation, and vice versa. Sometimes I needed a cover, I was on vacation, so we'd hit each other up. One year, I swear I made around $10,000 just from other people hitting me up to cover for them. So don't ever really look at anybody else's competition. Don't even look at them as a tool. They're a human being. Don't be an asshole. However, if you're gonna try and build a full-time thing out of this, then here's the next few steps I would take. So now, if you're looking to go full-time and your portfolio is built up, now you want to start being a little more strategic with your business. So for me, I started out with weddings and real estate. So what I did with weddings was I was not charging shit. I mean, now I charge about $3,000 to $4,000 a wedding just to photograph it. But back then I was charging $1,500. So I was totally undercutting the market, but that was kind of on purpose. It's because I didn't have any bookings and I was desperate to get bookings. So I kept my prices super low. So when you start out, I'd suggest keeping your prices fairly low And then once your schedule starts filling up, bumping up your pricing. So I went from $1,500 a wedding. Now I'm charging between $3 and $4 a wedding, depending on how long it is. While I'm on the subject of what I did, there's a bunch of different kinds of photography. I mean, you can do product photography, portraits, weddings, real estate, cars, whatever it is. But everything that I shared with you is actually applicable to every niche. This video was fairly short. I just wanted to give you guys like my little rundown on how I would approach it, because I saw a few comments in my last video asking about it. So I hope this helps you. And if you have any more questions, just comment it below. And guys, honestly, this is the year. It's 2024 and there's a ton of money to be made with a side hustle. So let's do it up, man. And yeah, but don't burn out, because life's not about work. But whatever. All right, much love, y'all. Peace.